In today's episode, let's talk about a recent set of discussions among some marketers on LinkedIn, talking about how AI is, well, let's put it this way, they're very, very, very anti AI for everything. And particularly in content generation, their comments were along the lines of human-led content is superior, will always be superior, machines will never rival human creativity, and so on and so forth. And people will naturally choose uh, human-led stuff all the time. That's canonically untrue. In fact, MIT Sloan School of Management last fall did a test where they showed labeled and then unlabeled content to different test groups, which some of which was generated by machines, some of which was generated by humans. And when people were not told who made the content, they preferred AI written content for both cause marketing and for performance marketing. When they were told, they ranked human and AI equally. Why? Why does this happen? Why is this point of view that the sort of the cream rises to the top and quality always wins and human led is always best? Why is this not true? Because after a certain point, scale wins. Oh, after a certain point, a minimum level of quality. Once you accomplish the task, scale tends to win. Think about this in the real world. Have you ever had a really, really good burger, like a delicious, melt in your mouth, amazing burger? Or food of your choice. Was it at McDonald's? Probably not. It was probably not there that you had the world's best burger. Is the place that you had the world's best burger, does it have a store in every town? Probably not. Why? McDonald's isn't the best burger in the world. It is a consistent minimum level of quality that has good pricing because people value price and massive scale. When you walk into a McDonald's in Belgrade or Copenhagen or uh, Mexico City or Seoul, South Korea, you know what you're going to get. You get that Big Mac anywhere on the planet, it's pretty much going to be the same thing. And that is the value there is from scale. It is from scale and a minimum level of quality. It's not the best quality. It's not the best content. It's good enough, but consistent. Is Walmart the highest quality shopping experience? Not by a long shot. There's a reason why people of Walmart exists. But it's got scale, which enables cost savings. The shopping experience, the quality of that experience is what it is, but it is not the most bespoke shopping experience for those kinds of goods. Think about content itself. Is TikTok or YouTube or BuzzFeed content the pinnacle of content quality? Is it the most authentic human led? No, it's not. It's all about scale. It's all about getting people what they want at a minimum level of quality, but at the lowest possible cost and consistent on a time to time basis. Marketers who are resistant to AI are making a choice. And we can respect that choice. If you want to make all your content artisanal and handcrafted and the kind of content that would be featured on Etsy's homepage, that's fine. Do it up. If it makes you happy doing it that way, do it up. No one is saying you have to use machines if you're doing something just to make yourself happy. If you're doing stuff to be productive and to scale, and scale is important to your content marketing strategy, then not using AI ties a hand behind your back compared to other marketers who are scaling production with AI. Andy Crestodina just did a great report on the content marketing and bloggers. The 2024 edition of his report. He's been doing it for 14 years now. 80% of marketers are using AI for some part of content generation. Not all 80% are using it for everything, but 80% are using it at some point in the content workflow. And if you're not in that 80%, you are fighting with a hand tied behind your back. If winning means being seen and understanding that today's content marketplaces are all about scale and who can create the most content, even if it's not the best content, you're going to have a harder and harder time winning no matter how good your content is. This is the critical point. Your content does not have to be the best and the most unique and the highest quality. It just has to scale. Are people going to use AI to create a sea of sameness and dreck? Yes, absolutely. But that's nothing new. People have been doing that for decades. We- well before AI, we were outsourcing to content farms and low cost labor markets and stuff. But now it's just we use machines instead of people we pay 4 cents an hour to. Now, should you abandon quality? No. Mediocrity is not a particularly good goal, but you should balance it with scale. Imagine you had 100 pennies or the coin of your choice. And you had two coffee mugs, and the two coffee mugs are quality and scale. If you put all your coins in the quality mug and don't invest in scale, you're going to get trounced by your competitors in today's content marketplace, because today's content marketplace and all the algorithms value quantity to some degree because they want to see you posting more content. Every system that is out there for content distribution, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, whatever the hell we're calling Twitter this week, they rely on new content so that they have something to show ads alongside with. Therefore, they reward new content, and the more you create, as long as it gets some attention, the more ads they can show. So the system itself is incentivized to say more content is better. So if you are a content marketer and you're all in the quality only mug, you're done. You're toast, because you will not be rewarded by these systems. Conversely, if you put all your pennies in the scale mug, you're going to create a sea of garbage, right? And that won't get views, and so that won't advance your business either. But you have to find is that balance between whether it's 50-50 or 60-40 or 30-70, whatever the balance is for your company and for your content marketing efforts. You've got to find that balance as to how much quality matters and how much scale matters. It's going to depend on your KPIs and your goals and how you measure success. But you have an obligation to figure out what that balance is. I can tell you for sure, 100 coins in one mug is not the answer in any scenario. That is not the answer anymore. And if you are absolutely positively resistant to AI and you're saying, I am not on the AI train at all, I'm putting all my coins in the quality bucket, in the human-led bucket, I refuse to use AI to help me to scale, you're going to have a bad time. The path towards continued success in content marketing is the use of AI to help you scale. Now, should you use it to do everything? No. Should you use it to do some things? Yes. What those things are, you've got to figure out, and you've got to figure it out soon. That's going to do it for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you soon. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you want to know when new videos are available, hit the bell button to be notified as soon as new content is live.